Since last week I made a video showing my top 5 sales, this week I decided to show the 5 worst ones, to show that not everything is happiness and the game involves taking risks too. The logic will be the same. I will consider only weekly values, only weekly profits or losses. Since I explained it in the last video, I will not repeat it here. Check out the previous videos in case you haven't watched it yet. Let's start. I cannot display the profile of this guy here because he was deleted from the game. I can only tell you about his bad numbers. This is him. I bought him in week 10 of season 81 and sold in week 9 of season 82 at agent's price. I paid about 16.5 million and sold him for about 20.5 million. He was one of the first players I bought for my sell trading strategy. By then, I was still getting used to the strategy. I made a simulation and calculated the maximum I could pay for him. After this maximum was reached, I thought, well, one or two bids more will not make much harm, right? But I was very wrong. These extra bids cost us quite some money. Besides not making any profit with him, I lost about 425,000 in total. Per week, it's equivalent to a loss of about 39,000. Not so much money, but still a loss. Just like the previous one, this guy has also been deleted from the game. So I cannot show him here anymore, only in the history of transfers. He is this one. I bought him in week 11 of season 82 and sold him in week 8 of season 83 at agent's price. I paid about 21.8 million and sold him for about 26.4 million. The problem with him was his TI. He was in his last year of bloom and I expected him to have an average TI of 12. However, his average TI was less than 10, which produced a loss for me. The whole amount was about 682,000 and the weekly loss was about 76,000. I can show you this one's profile because I sold him for more than the agent's price. I bought him in week 5 of season 83 and sold him in week 9 of season 84. He stayed with me for 16 weeks. I sold him for a bit more than the agent's price. The problem is that I paid too much for him. Look, I bought him for about 17.5 million and sold him for about 17.7 million. Very bad deal. I bought him before his bloom started. That's why I held him for so long before selling. He did well in his first year of bloom, but the second was very bad. While I estimated an average TI of 13, he got just 10.5 on average. Then I decided to sell him immediately. He made me lose about 3.2 million in total and about 198,000 weekly. This one has also been deleted from the game. But he has a kind of funny story. I bought him while recording a video for the channel. This one. If you wanna see what happened exactly, check the video in the cards. Despite a loss of money, it was a good opportunity to learn more about scripts. Later I realized one of the scripts I used gave me a wrong value. This made me think his TI was much higher than what it was, in fact. After this event, I learned about this issue with that script. If you also want to learn and make sure you don't make such mistakes, check the video in the cards. Even though this guy produced a big loss to me, he was useful. I used him on my team during his whole period in the club. I bought him in week 6 of season 82 and sold him in week 12 of season 82. His purchase price was 23.5 million and the sale price was 23.4 million. I lost about 2.8 million with him in total and about 470,000 per week. Finally, the champion. It's a really bad title to acquire, but he got it. He was my worst deal ever with my extra team. I bought him in the last week of his bloom at the age of 18.11. His TI was low at that moment, just 10, But my scout told me he had a potential 16. Then I was sure his TI would increase. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I even waited for an extra week after I was able to sell him, but he didn't improve. His average TI in his first year of bloom was just 9. Extremely bad. I was expecting something like 13 or 14. Then I sold him for about half a price I paid. I bought him in week 11 of season 82 for about 8.6 million and sold him in week 6 of season 83 for about 4.5 million. The total loss he produced to me was about 4.8 million, while the weekly loss was about 680,000. These were my 5 worst deals so far. What about you? Have you done anything worse than that? Let me know in the comments. I had some other bad deals, but most of them at least produced a positive value. Anyway, these types of mistakes are good for our learning process. If you like the video, if you like the channel, consider making a pro donation to the club you see on the screen. That's all for this video, guys. If you have questions, write them down below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. See you soon.